Hi everyone, welcome to Eco Learning classes. This is Professor Geeta Mahesh. Dear students, let us discuss an important and interesting concept, short-run cost. Before we take up short-run cost, let us understand what is cost. Here cost refers to expenses incurred by a firm in the production of a commodity. We call it as cost. I repeat once again, expenses incurred in the production of a commodity by a firm, we call it as cost. And here dear students, in the short run, in a short run, or short run is a period in which it is possible to change the production. It is possible to change the quantity of output only by changing the variable factors of production. Dear students, already we learned that factors of production are of two types. One is variable factors of production, another one is fixed factors of production. So according to this, if you want to change the output, this output can be varied only by varying the variable factors of production, and some factors remain as a fixed factors of production. So short run is a period in which it is possible to change the production only by changing variable factors of production. You can see here, dear students, the factors of production are of two types. One is variable factors of production and fixed factors of production. So by considering the variable factors of production and fixed factors of production, we can make a different types of short run cost. Here you can see the first one is total variable cost, second one total fixed cost from the side of fixed factors of production, then average variable cost, then you can see average fixed cost. Then when you add total variable cost and total fixed cost, you will get a total cost. Let me consider as a fifth one. Then when you are going to find out the average of total cost, you will get a short run average cost. Then from total cost, you can find out a short run marginal cost, which let me consider as 7. So you will have, in the short run, you will have 7 different types of short run cost. One is total fixed cost, total variable cost, total cost, average fixed cost, average variable cost, and average cost. You can consider average cost, short run average cost, and short run marginal cost. Now let us discuss one after the other. Dear students, now let us discuss the different types of short run cost. First we are going to take up total fixed cost. In the table you can see whatever may be the level of output, the output is keep on increasing, but you can observe here total fixed cost remains constant. Now let us discuss this in detail. Total fixed cost. So here the cost which do not change with the change in the level of output. You can see level of output is increasing, but total fixed cost remains constant. So there is no change, do not change. Here I repeat once again, the cost which do not change with a change in the level of output, we call it as total fixed cost. Example for total fixed cost are salary of permanent employees, rent, insurance premium, etc. Here dear students, this total fixed cost is also known as supplementary cost or overhead cost. Let us understand this with a numerical example. At output which is equal to 4 units, you can see at 4 units of output, total cost is 1400 and total variable cost is 1300. So how will you find out total fixed cost? The formula for total fixed cost is total cost minus total variable cost. So according to this explanation, you can see here total cost is 1400 minus total variable cost is 1300. You can make it 1300. So 1400 minus 1300 is equal to 100. So in the table you can see for producing 4 units of output, the total fixed cost will be 100. And I told it do not changes with a change in the level of output. Whatever may be the level of output, total fixed cost remains constant. Here you can see the formula total fixed cost is equal to total cost minus total variable cost, and total cost is 1400 and total variable cost is 1300. Then total fixed cost will be 100. Dear students, now let us discuss total variable cost. In the table you can see total variable cost. When quantity is 0, then total variable cost remains 0 only. So there is no investment on total variable cost. As quantity increases, total variable cost also increases. So total variable cost varies with the level of output. Now let us understand total variable cost. You can see here the cost which change with a change in the level of output, we call it as total variable cost. I repeat once again, variable cost varies with the level of output, we call it as variable cost. Variable cost example are cost on raw material, fuel, transportation cost, etc. All these things varies according to level of output. You need more raw material if you want to produce more output. You want less raw material if you want to produce less quantity of output. And this total variable cost is also called as special cost or direct cost or prime cost. It is called direct cost as there is a direct relationship between quantity and the variable cost. Let us assume that to produce output 4 units of output, total cost is 1400 and total fixed cost is 100. What is the formula to calculate the total variable cost? Total variable cost is equal to total cost minus total fixed cost. So according to our example, total cost is 1400 and total fixed cost is 100. So difference if you consider, you will get 1300. This 1300 we call it as total variable cost. I repeat once again, total variable cost varies according to level of output. If output is going to increase, then variable cost also varies according to level of output. So there is it is called as direct cost, or there is a direct relationship between a variable cost and quantity of output produced. When output is 0, total variable cost is also equal to 0 as shown in the diagram. Dear students, now let us discuss total cost. You can see in the diagram, total cost can be obtained by addition of total fixed cost plus total variable cost. What is total cost? Total cost is a cost incurred to produce all the units of output. You can see here the cost incurred for the production of all the units of output at a particular time, we call it as total cost. Total cost includes both the total fixed cost and total variable cost. Dear students, you can see here as it includes total fixed cost and total variable cost. When output is 0, total cost will exist because it includes total fixed cost. One thing. The second thing, as output increases, total cost also increases. The small difference is when total variable cost will be 0 when quantity of output produced is 0. But there will be existence of total fixed cost, as total cost includes both the total fixed cost and total variable cost. There will be existence of total cost when a quantity produced is 0. And as quantity increases, total cost also increases. At 4 units of output, you can see at 4 units of output, total fixed cost is 100 and total variable cost is 1300. So how will you find out total cost? Total cost equals total fixed cost plus total variable cost. So according to our table, total fixed cost is 100 and total variable cost is 1300. If you add these two things, you will get a 1400, which is, we call it as total cost. Dear students, now let us discuss average fixed cost, then average variable cost. You can see here average fixed cost. It is a fixed cost per unit of output. I repeat once again, per unit of output, to produce 1 unit of output, how much fixed cost you are incurring. That we call it as average fixed cost. So, average fixed cost refers to fixed cost per unit of output. So, how will you calculate average fixed cost? Total fixed cost divided by quantity. If you do, you will get a average fixed cost. You can see here average fixed cost equals total fixed cost divided by quantity. What is total fixed cost when 4 units of output, Q equal to 4, you can see. So that time total fixed cost is 100. 100 divided by 4, you will get a 25. So average fixed cost is nothing but a fixed cost per unit of output. Similarly, you can discuss even the average variable cost. What is average variable cost? Means variable cost per unit of output, we call it as average variable cost. How will you calculate average variable cost? If you want to produce 4 units of output, the cost incurred is, total variable cost incurred is 1300. To calculate the average variable cost, formula which we use is total variable cost divided by quantity, and according to this table you can see to produce 4 units of output, variable cost, total variable cost incurred is 1300. So 1300 divided by 4, if you do, you will get a 325, which we call it as average variable cost. Dear students, now let us discuss short run average cost and short run marginal cost. Short run average cost, you can observe here short run average cost, dear students. As quantity increases, average cost decreases. You can see average cost is decreasing. Later it becomes a minimum, and after becoming minimum, once again the average cost will start increasing. What is short run average cost? Means cost, total cost per unit of output. Total cost per unit, how will you calculate? To produce 4 units of output, the total cost incurred is 1400. So what is the formula to calculate average cost? Total cost divided by quantity. What is the total cost incurred to produce 4 units of output? 1400. 1400 divided by 4, you will get a 350. So 350 rupees or 350 we call it as short run average cost. Dear students, you can see marginal cost. What is marginal cost? Means additional cost incurred to produce additional unit of output. I repeat once again, additional cost incurred, extra cost incurred to produce extra unit of output. How will you find out this one? Means if you want to produce, see you have produced 1 unit of output. To produce 1 unit of output, how much total cost is incurred to produce 1 unit of output? That is 600. And to produce second unit of output, total cost incurred, total cost to produce second unit is 900. Then how will you find out a marginal cost, short run marginal cost for second unit? Means this is equals total cost of second unit minus total cost of first unit. If you do, you are going to get the answer. So what is the total cost incurred to produce second unit? It is 900 minus total cost for first unit of output is 600. If you take a difference, the marginal cost incurred, that means when you produced first unit of output 600, to produce one more unit of output you have incurred 300 rupees. To produce second or to produce only second unit of output, how much you have incurred? That is 300 rupees. This we call it as short run marginal cost. You can see here marginal cost is equal to total cost n minus total cost n minus 1. Or you can consider even marginal cost is equal to delta TC, delta change in total cost divided by change in quantity. Now let us assume that total cost for fourth unit total cost is 1400. You can see here, dear students, 1400. To produce a third unit, the quantity incurred is 1000. To produce a third unit of output, they have incurred 1100. So how will you find out a marginal cost? Total cost n minus total cost n minus 1 means marginal cost is equal to total cost 4 units minus total cost the third one. Third unit is 1100. Fourth unit total cost is 1400. If you take a difference, you will get a 300. 300 we call it as, this 300 we call it as short run marginal cost. Dear students, on short run cost, there will be a problem. We need to calculate few things with a given information. You can see here short run marginal cost is given in this schedule. By making use of this and total fixed cost, which is equal to 100, we need to find out total variable cost, total cost, average variable cost and short run average cost. First, let us discuss calculation of total cost is equal to summation of marginal cost, which is given here. By taking a summation of marginal cost, you can find out a total cost. And total cost, we can also use one more formula, total fixed cost plus total variable cost. Then you can see here total variable cost, you can find out total cost minus total fixed cost. Then average cost is equal to total cost divided by quantity. Then average variable cost equals total variable cost divided by quantity. Now let us solve this problem. Dear student, whatever is given in the schedule, I have rewritten here. Then we know that total fixed cost is equal to 100. So that also I have written here, total fixed cost, it remains constant whatever may be the level of output. And we know that total variable cost will be 0 when quantity is 0. So here you can see total variable cost will be 0 when quantity is 0. This information already we have according to the meaning. Now we need to find out a total cost, because to find out total variable cost, we need total cost then total fixed cost. Of course we have total fixed cost, but we don't have total cost. Now we need to find out a total cost. How will you find out total cost? Means it is a summation of marginal cost. Here marginal cost is given directly, we cannot do even summation of marginal cost. We know that total cost won't be 0 when quantity is 0, because total cost includes total fixed cost plus total variable cost. So first let us add these two, total fixed cost and total variable costs. First we use this formula. So total fixed cost plus total variable cost is equal to 100. Later we don't have this information, total variable cost, to use the same problem. So now what information we have is marginal cost. From the first unit you will get a marginal cost. So make a summation, zigzag addition. 100 plus 500 is 600. 600 plus 300 you will get a 900. 900 plus 200, 1100. 1100 plus 300 you will get it 1400. 1400 plus 500, 1900. 1900 plus 800 you will get a 2700. Now with this information you can find out a total variable cost. To find out total variable cost, what we are going to use the formula? The formula to find out a total variable cost will be, dear students, total variable cost is equal to total cost minus total fixed cost. Here total cost is there and total fixed cost is there. From this you need to calculate a total variable cost. So 100 minus 100 will be 0. 600 minus 100, because total fixed remains constant. So 600 minus 100, 500. 900 minus 100 you will get a 800. And 1100 minus 100 you will get it a 1000. 1400 minus 100 again you will get it a 1300. And 1900 minus 100 you will get 1800. 2000 minus 100 you will get it a 2600. Dear students, now we need to find out the other one. The next one is we find the total cost, total variable cost. Remaining two we need to find out. What are those two things? Means here we need to find out average variable cost, then average cost. How will you find out average variable cost? What is the formula for average variable cost? Average variable cost equals total variable cost divided by quantity. So here total variable cost is there, here quantity is there. So total variable cost divided by quantity, if you do, you will get an average variable cost. So 0 divided by 0 you will get a 0, or you can leave the hyphen. Then 500 divided by 1 is 500. Then 800 divided by 2 you will get it a 400. Then 1000 divided by 3 is 333.33. Then 1300 divided by 4 you will get a 325. 1800 divided by 5, 360. Then last one, 2600 divided by 6 you will get a 433.33. Dear students, last one is short run average cost. How will you calculate short run average cost? Total cost divided by quantity. So total cost divided by quantity. You can see here 100 divided by 0, you can leave the space. Then 600 divided by 1 you will get it as 600. Then 900 divided by quantity is 2. 900 divided by 2 will be 450. In this way you can calculate all the values. 1100 divided by 3 is 366.67. Then 1400 divided by 4 you will get a 350. Then 990 divided by 5 you will get a 380. Then 2700 divided by 6 you will get a 450. Dear student, this is very important for 6 marks and easy to calculate this one. Please learn and try to get a good marks. Dear students, notes on short-run cost. You can make use of this, which is important for 6 marks. And get good marks. Dear students, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.